Crafty friends, you got Margie and Debbie here. I am really excited about today. I always enjoy classes that kind of challenge me, and this one just kind of thinking through all the cold foiling techniques and then just trying things out to make sure I'm not recommending something that doesn't work as well has been really good for Margie and I because we've just tried so many things in the last couple days, and it's been really fun and educational for us. So yay us. So hi Stephanie and Annette, Mary R. Mary R, thank you for the blast from the past, referring back to that video where I introduced Teddy. It brought a big smile to my face when I went back and watched that. So thank you for that, for the feedback on that link, and it sent the link to me. Hi Sandy and Laura. I think I said Annette. Hi, Roberta. Sharma, good to see you. And we got it. That's it for now. Okay. I'm sure we'll have others that are joining us shortly. So today we are doing cold foiling techniques. Now, what's cold foiling? You kind of all know what foiling's about. Foiling is adding beautiful foil touches to your creations. And we all know that foil can be applied with a variety of hot foil techniques. You can use a foiling machine. You can use a mink. You can use the Cricut machine with the quill. We Are Memory Keeper's quill tool on it. You know that there are a lot of ways you can put foil on hot. In fact, you can even apply foil with an iron, like if you're trying to iron onto clothes, you can even apply foil that way. Most techniques with foil require heat to set, but not all. And when we were talking about and organizing this session, we decided that we really wanted to break our foiling techniques into three major pieces. The first one we thought we'd introduce is cold foil techniques, where we're not going to apply heat at all to put our foil on. Now, I'm going to be honest, there's some pros and cons to that. The pros obviously are you don't have to invest in expensive machinery. Almost any foil will work on this process. Margie and I tried everything in the shop, and every single foil worked with cold foil techniques. So that was good to know. So those are some real positives. You can get the foiling done and you don't have to spend a lot of money to do it, and you don't have to hassle with getting out other equipment to do it. But there's also some downsides, and I want to be honest about that too. Cold foil, when applied, is going to be more fragile than hot foil techniques. It's easier to scratch. If it's on the face of your card, over time, the foil will start to wear. I made one project for demo today, and I just kind of had fingerprints and stuff all over the foil, so I decided to polish it up. And when I did, I actually rubbed some of the finish off when I was polishing it. So it's a little more fragile. For that reason, while you absolutely can use it on the outside of your card, it may be one of those things you want to reserve more for the inside of your card. Not necessarily have to, but it'll just be protected by the card, by being on the inside. So those are just some thoughts about cold foiling versus hot foiling. Hot foiling is way more durable. It doesn't scratch off. It's not particularly fragile. Basically, when we're doing cold foiling, what we're doing is we're adding our foil to an adhesive base. We're using some kind of adhesive to put it on. So I think that's where we're going to start today. I'm going to jump right into things by saying that I want to start with double stick stickers. It's easy, it's quick, they're inexpensive. We have lots of choices for you. I've already moved, I already picked up some pieces of my double stick sticker, and put it on this piece of cardstock and applied some foil just as a starting point. I'm going to go back to my sticker sheet. Now, double stick stickers, when you get them, look like this. And it's kind of funny because over time I've actually had double-sided stickers returned because people didn't realize there's a plastic sheet across the face of them. I've seen about everything in 20 years in this business, but this comes off and then it exposes the adhesive side. And then the other side of the adhesive is on this backer sheet that releases when you pick up the sticker. So it is a double-sided material, but there is a plastic sheet that you have to lift. And sometimes these are really, they've been in the package for a while, and you have to kind of dig at it to find that there really is a plastic sheet. But I promise you, there's a plastic sheet there. You're going to want to lift that plastic sheet off to get to the adhesive. Now, when I'm using a double stick sticker, one of my favorite techniques is to cut out the sticker I want to use. Get it away from all the rest of them. Now you can see, if you look here, that I've taken the outline off of this one. But there's still some great pieces in here I want to use. I'm going to stick my finger in the center there so I'm kind of away from all the pieces I want. And what I'm going to do first here to save my foil and not apply sticker to areas I'm not going to use is I'm going to peel off this outer area that is not something that I want to foil. So I'm just taking off the outline right now. Just taking off the outer pieces. And what I'm left with is all the little pieces of his wing that I want to move. One of the things I thought was fun here in using these double stick stickers is that the double stick adhesive is already cut through. And because it's already cut through, you can do these foilings you can do the different parts in different colors. This foil that I have in my hand is just, I'm going to call it an unbranded. I've had it since the earth was cooling. These little tubes. It seems like most of the time when I'm doing if I'm demonstrating, I want to demonstrate a product we have in the store, so I never actually took it out and used it. But we're going to be talking about lots of different kinds of foil today, and I thought there's no reason if I tell you that you should use what you have on hand, that I shouldn't be pulling out some of my supplies and using what I have on hand instead of going to the store and getting new packages of stuff just to show you something that I have in stock. I will show you some of the ones I have in stock too. But you can see that where those dots are, oops, it went fuzzy for a second. There we go. You can see that where the dots are, it's picking up the foil. And you've also noticed that probably that I'm kind of moving this foil strip around. And in some cases, I'm going over the same area more than once. That's because you can use every little fragment of that foil. You can see where I've taken the foil off of this sheet, but I can use all these little bits and pieces, and it doesn't hurt at all to be pulling it off in different runs. So I'm going to lay this down again on the other side here. And if I have an area that doesn't get foiled, I'm simply going to lay my foil back down on the sticker again and hit that area with another part of my foil. Especially when you're doing little tiny things like these little wing additions, there's no reason to use a big old beautiful piece of foil. It's a great job for the leftovers. Hi, Sharma. I'm not sure I said hello before, so I'm going to say it now just to make sure I did. So there we go. There's all my little bits and pieces foiled. This is just my little plastic cover sheet. I'm going to throw that away now. And you can see I have really used this little piece of foil. Well, I'm going to keep that on there though, because I may actually still use some of that because I'm cheap. I'm thrifty. I'm thrifty with my craft supplies. I want to get everything I can out of my supplies. So I'll probably spend more time rolling these silly little strips than anything because I'm silly like that. Sometimes I roll the whole thing out instead of whacking off a little piece on the end of it.
I have a feeling that there's going to be times that for most of our stuff today that it will blur a little bit because of
Okay.
the reflection of the foil.
Can you guys hear Margie saying that? Because the microphone's turned my way. Margie says that because of the reflection of the foil, there will be times today that it will get a little bit more blurry than normal. Are they making comments, or is
Nope.
my screen frozen?
No.
Okay. All right.
They're actively watching.
They're actively watching, Margie says. Ooh, okay. All right. I'm just going to take my little tweezers now. I'm going to pick up those sections of that sticker. And I'm just going to fit those little sticker sections right back into my butterfly here. So I can get that beautiful blue together with the gold I already had on there. I could use as many colors on this as I wanted to. If you wanted to make a monarch butterfly and make him orange and red and yellow, you could do that. My butterfly is going to be blue and kind of a, I don't know, a fancy gold, a holographic gold. And I think this pattern is like holographic gold shards. It's kind of throws the light every which direction. There's one of my silver hairs. I think I'll dispose of that. But this is how easy it is to use the double stick stickers. It takes a little patience to peel them off the sheet, move them to where you want them to be. But look at the results, guys. How beautiful is that? So, double stick stickers is my first cold foiling technique. We have quite a variety. I don't know that we have as huge a variety as we used to have. Do we do?
Yeah. We do.
Margie says we still have a big variety. I'll show you some of mine and a couple of the ones from the store. I know, or I believe anyway, that we have border stickers down there still. And I love the idea of making my own borders to match whatever my project is.
That makes it really great when you have a plan and you think you're going to pull out your border stickers that you have that are a certain color, like let's say the jewel teal or red, and for dazzles, and you go to pull it and you don't have what you're looking for. It will make it really nice to be able to just apply a red foil instead.
Of course,
and you don't
great.
have to wait to set it aside for me because
There we
I'm
go.
impatient.
So that's my Dazzle stickers. Aren't those beautiful? This happened to have been a Dazzle, but we have double stick stickers in a variety of brands, just like we have in other things. So I've been using a butterfly sticker here. We have, Margie brought up a couple from the store. This one's Dazzles, and I do love the Dazzle greetings because I can put beautiful foil. We labeled the things that are stored that I have to go back to the store unless I log them out. Is chat working? Can you guys just give me an acknowledgement that chat's working? Because we sat on the screen for long enough now. I'm worried that it might not be working on my screen.
Okay.
And Margie's going to sign on with her phone. So if you guys are asking questions and making comments, I'll be able to know that there's something with our software that's messing up the chat that I get to see on screen. I guess I could do this too.
It's okay.
I
It's
could
fine.
go in and open my own chat screen also.
There is more chat.
There is more chat
Mhm.
happening. See, I was suspect.
I just thought,
that it
wow,
was-
they're just entranced by this new process.
Yeah, it would be nice to think they were that entranced with my presentation, but I was more likely to think that it just wasn't working right. Okay, I got to get rid of the ad. Okay, there we go. Now I can see it. Let me turn my own voice down so it's not talking back to me. There we go. Now I can see you. Okay, so there we go. Oh, my upside down butterfly. Isn't that beautiful though? I love that. Love the butterfly. And I would still put it on the outside of my card. I just want you to know that it is going to be a little bit more fragile than some. It also isn't a bad idea when using double stick stickers or other medium adhesives and putting foil over to get your powder bag and deactivate any remaining sticky. It doesn't mess up your image at all, but it's no longer sticky anywhere, which is nice. Okay. So we talked about the greetings, which are wonderful. Let's see if we can see. I guess you can see here what kinds of greetings are on there.
One of the questions from Annette was, so we don't have that specific foil anymore, but we've got lots and lots.
Oh, we have so much foil.
We will cover them.
Yeah, we're going to go through the foils. And as I said, I learned when preparing for this class tonight that virtually every single foil we tried worked with cold foiling, which is not something I knew before. So that's pretty cool to know. We do have a beautiful butterfly dazzle. This is from Sandy Art. And it's number 2857. So we have a beautiful butterfly one. Unfortunately, you kind of have to just see it in the reflections there because I don't have the ability to show you drying on the back. It's very cheaply packaged. But this is from Sandy Art. It has flowers and butterflies. Like I said, we have borders. We have other things. I have a bunch of stuff in here, but we may or may not have all the ones I have. Here's cupcakes. I have other flowers. I have leaves. I don't know if we have the leaves anymore. I have something called double stick birds. Fancy butterflies.
And those look like all dazzles. And then you've got the Elizabeth Craft, right?
Yeah, I think this is an Elizabeth Craft one. This would be beautiful. If I'd have seen this, we'd have done this one, but we need to move on. This is pears. Wouldn't pears be beautiful foiled?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do them mostly in gold and then add a little red foil to it as you go, just to kind of that'd be beautiful. So, it's just the concept. Now, I'll say this again at the end, but all of the techniques, virtually all of the techniques that we're going to use today can also be used with glitter. They can be used with flocking. They can be used with gilding flakes. They can be used with flower pollen. So lots and lots of options available. So that right there was our dazzles. Let's go to our next one, Margie. I'm going to give you back. I'll keep this out just so we can recap, but I'm going to give you those.
We're moving on to
These little foils right here. Like I said, I've just had these from the dawn of time. I got this. I was telling Margie, I probably have had this 20 years. Somebody gave me a foiling pen years and years ago with foils that you could put over the top. Okay, let's talk about our next technique. We have tons of different kinds of foils in the store, as I said before. One of the brands of foil that we have is called Midas Touch. Now, you've probably never heard of Midas Touch, but you have heard of Tattered Lace. It was made by Tattered Lace, so you know it's going to be good stuff. We have Midas Touch foiling, foil in lots of different colors. In fact, let me show the colors right while I'm doing here. We have lots of colors in Midas Touch. Look at this one, this iridescent white. Ignore my store stickers. It's just get them back to inventory, Deb. Don't screw up your inventory. The beautiful Christmas green. I've got red. I've got purple. One of the things I love about this Midas Touch, these are in 20 sheet packages. Nobody puts this kind of stuff into sheets this big and gives you 20 sheets, but Tattered Lace did. I have
And I like
black.
that I don't have to roll them up because
You don't have to roll them up.
It keeps it more slimline in your storage.
Absolutely. I mean, these are just flat in my bucket. The silver I'm using and this beautiful, this looks blue on your screen, but in my world, it's actually kind of an aqua blue. So gorgeous, gorgeous colors, very reasonably priced for what you're getting for these Midas Touch. And I want to show you how well they work. So I am going to use this Midas Touch sticky back sheets. This is just one of the forms of adhesive we're going to try. I'm going to cut myself off a piece of adhesive here. I'm going to use not an easy die. I wanted to show you you can use a variety of different kinds of dies with these techniques. I'm going to pull out my Running Elk. I had to laugh at myself. When we got all done here, I said, Margie, do you have any idea how many deer I've used in my examples? She just laughed and said, you like deer.
That's why I kept handing them to you, because I knew you'd say, yes, that one.
Okay, so I'm going to take this. I'm just going to roll right back here. You guys can still see me. I am going to my die cutting machine, which, thanks to Margie and her organizational skills, is now located right behind me at my craft table, which is so cool. It's so cool. This is very slippery, this paper, so I'm also going to tape this to my cutting board. Just to make sure that elk doesn't go running off while it goes through my die. I'm using my Couture Creations GoPro and Emboss machine. You've heard me say it before. I love this machine. I absolutely love it. And now that my desk area has been reorganized here, I have it right behind me, which is very, very cool. I have my machine right behind me, right here. I have my hot glue gun up here in the window and my heat gun all right there. All my tools are just really handy. Of course, this die from Memory Box is fabulous. It just does a beautiful job of cutting out. I'll save my Post-it tape. Look who put the box on my garbage can, Margie. She was giving me a hard time earlier about the fact I use this little garbage can and I overfill it continually. And then I have a big garbage can sitting there, and that whenever she moves the big garbage can over, I use it as a storage shelf. But I turned around just now and she had put a box on it. So I had to, you know me, I had to address that. It just needed to be done. So here's my beautiful die cut. This has now been cut out of double-sided paper. I'm going to, or double-sided paper, double-sided sticky. And get rid of my cutting plates here for the moment. We'll be using that a few times today. Okay, and I'm going to get a piece of cardstock here. Do we have a piece of colored card or something we want to put this one on, Margie?
You want to?
Yeah. Instead of just putting it on a piece of white card like I did these, where my little cheat notes, I'm going to put it on an actual piece of paper that I can reuse. Okay.
It's different.
It's highly different for this, but I'll try it. Yeah. Let's put him, it actually is going to be really pretty on there, I have to say. She's always right. What's the matter with that? She's always right.
No.
Can you monitor the comments? Because I can't see them very well.
Not a problem.
I'm still using my pre-COVID glasses.
It's lovely. That is beautiful.
Okay. Just peeling off the back of my double stick tape. The only tricky part of this is the fact that it wants to stick to my fingers as I put it down, and I want to get it on there so that my deer is laying flat. There we go. No, stop it. I might have just a little ripple at the top there, because this is very sticky, which is what we want if we're going to foil with it, right? Okay, so let's peel off our adhesive. We got it onto the card. Now let's get the adhesive off the top. And in the process of doing this, sometimes the sticker tries to lift just a little. Just push it back down where it belongs.
Okay, I'm going to have us disappear because they need a link.
They need a link? Oh, that's fine. Okay.
Just giving you a heads up.
I'm going to come out here to my Midas Touch package. I have a piece of foil here that's been previously used for this very die. I'm going to use that one again, because why not? We've got to use every little spot of it. I'm going to bring this to my project, and I'm just going to start rubbing. If you have a brayer handy, it's okay to rub with the brayer. If you don't, if you prefer to rub with your fingers, you can do that. But this is really going to be pretty. I want to rub it down really good. One nice thing about having the computer open in front of me is when you go to the store, I can still see how I'm camera framed and stuff. Okay, my tape came up just a little bit there. That doesn't usually happen. Oops. Get it on the right side of the paper. I think I can get away with it on this background because the background's so sparkly anyway. You're not going to see everything. I'm going to go over this again and just make sure we got every little bit covered. So we've used a pre-made sticker, and now we have made our own sticker, and look how beautiful that is. Yeah, Margie, it's gorgeous. It's going to be absolutely gorgeous when we put it on a card, which I'm feeling the need to do. It's going to be absolutely gorgeous. She's always right. Okay. I want this to be just a little over 4 1/4 by 5 7/8. I'm doing this really quickly here, so I'm not necessarily gauging this as well as I could to find center and that kind of thing, but I just wanted to show you what it's going to look like when we put it on a card. I'll put something else up here, a little greeting up here.
Chat is not even letting me leave a chat with the link, so I will do it through my phone, and I'll
Okay.
just keep working on it from that direction, guys.
We're
Be
having
patient.
problems with our chat function. I'm really glad you guys have the ability to chat and talk to us because we can still read it, but Margie's going to come in through her phone to respond and give you guys what you're looking for. Okay, so this is going to be technique number 2. This was die cutting. We did die cut with our memory box die. I did not use a particularly simple die. However, I'm not advocating you try this for the first time with your most complicated die either. I just wanted to show you that even a more complex die can be used.
And
This is
because
beautiful.
it's thin, because the Midas sticky backs are thin, it's a little bit more forgiving because you can, I know that when you rubbed it down really nicely, it still didn't have, it still looked great.
Yeah. Love it. Beautiful. Okay. Next. So that was my Midas touch technique. Boy, I like that. Okay. So we finished with the Midas touch adhesive. I've shown you the Midas touch foils. Were you able to find a price on those foils?
On which
Midas touch?
I can look that up.
I was just curious
It'll
because
take a
I
little
kind of remember them being pretty reasonably priced, especially for the total amount that you get. It's just astounding how much you got. You get in those packages. Okay, next one up. What's my next project? Mark, I need my next project, please. I think we're going to do a different brand of adhesive. Okay, this time I just want to show you that you can do this with different brands of adhesive. So I have, lots of you guys have this. I have those sticky sheets. They're the A4 sticky sheets from UU. It's spelled J-E-J-E. And we have those. Can we have another colored background? That was fun.
You're going to keep me moving. I'm never going to get the links in.
Oh, well, that's okay. We'll get the links in. If necessary, I can send you links to some of these things after the video, too, if you don't mind getting another newsletter 2 days in a row. Doesn't matter. Just, oh. That's gorgeous. Did I make? Yeah, I did make this. Wowzer. Yeah, I'm going to put this deer on here. Okay, this time I'm using a D's Distinctively Deer. We're going to see a lot of deer in this program, guys, because, you leave me to my own devices and I pick out what I want to use. I get done, realize they're all deer. That's just to be expected from me because I really do love deer. Okay. Going back to my die cutter here. Run it through my machine. Wow, I did a good job on this. There's no modesty in my family. I have it all. Oh, gosh, now. Okay. So I've got this is my UU adhesive. And I'm cutting that. This is a really easy image here. There's my tweezers. Hi, honey. Bryce just walked in. He's checking us out to see what we're doing. Okay. Chat's giving us trouble again.
It's just frozen, but I'm afraid to hit the refresh.
I know, I have the same issue.
I am going to do my best with keeping up with 2, 3, 4, 5.
Is it working on your computer, Deborah?
Yes.
It is,
Okay, I got my back off.
but I can't even like put in a link.
No, I know.
So
Uh-oh.
That's what happens.
I think I just stretched his tail a little, but we'll see what
I'm gonna
happens.
try and call him tomorrow if I have time.
okay.
Okay. This time I'm going to use Deco foil. And the one I have is lavender. So I want to have a lavender deer. But that's okay, huh? We can get creative. We can have lavender deer in our world. You know what, though? I'm not going to use the Deco foil. We already know they all work, so I'm going to use this kind of mystic silver. I have kind of a holographic silver in here. I think we need to use that. We have just like every combination of colors, guys. I haven't used this one yet, so this time I will cut a piece off so I don't have to spend all my time rewinding the tube. Gonna put it on top, gonna rub it on. Line it up over my deer and rub it on. I'm gonna try really hard not to touch my adhesive in my processes here. I'm gonna get down on his feet. On her feet, I guess, is the more appropriate term. Now she kind of looks like, what did they call those creatures in Harry Potter? There was the white stag in Harry Potter. That was his protector, you know what I mean? What did they call those? Anybody a Harry Potter fan that can help me with that? What the protector animals were called? Anyway.
I've heard them called spirit animals before, but I know that's not what it is in Harry Potter.
They had their
Nope,
own.
it's got a name.
Anyway, look here.
Nope, it's gone.
There's my UU adhesive with just my old foil. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. Okay. We also have this cheap adhesive that we used before. This is the stuff on the rolls. It works just fine. I will tell you with this one, because we don't have a backing sheet because it's on a roll, what we need to do with this one is simply to put it on a piece of paper and then die cut it, and that becomes the attached back. When I die cut it, I will still be able to expose the foil in front. Does that make sense? And put my foil on it. So let's just do the same deer again because she's quick and easy, and that's what I did last time. And we'll take my beautiful little deer. And we will run her through my die cutter. Come on. Okay. And which kind of foil do we want to use this time? I think let's use some of this Deco foil because I said I would and I haven't.
Your Midas Touch sheets are $12.95 for 20.
$12.95 for 20 sheets of that Midas Touch, guys. Figure that out per sheet. That's a good deal. That's a very good deal. So when I take this one off, of course, I'm taking it out of the cardstock. I actually did it on my scrap paper here. And now I can foil her, and I'll just glue her to my background. So I'm going to lift my cover. This time I will do it in the lavender.
I know the best way, hopefully, that this will work is if you guys go into the store. Actually, let me turn this. When you guys go into the store, down in our drop categories, we've just created a cold foil and a hot foil. So you'll actually find all of your Midas Touch sheets, the cost, the different colors, everything, along with the sticky sheets and some of the other deco foils, stencils, all the stuff that we're going to show you today will be in the cold foil section of that brand. So that might be the easiest way to take a look, and then you can see all the great things.
Okay, I've taken my foil, I put it on top of my cut out deer. Now I have that gorgeous lavender foiling right over the top of my deer. And I think we should have two deer walking through the forest maybe, and two different colors, which allows me to be able to layer these. Because I cut out the second one from, oh, I'm putting that on the wrong thing. No wonder it wouldn't fit. Stick with me, guys. I'm perfectly competent. Let me get my glue bottle here. I'm just going to pop a little glue here on my cardstock. Now, why aren't you working? My pen, though. There's my pen. There we go. Okay. I'll put this deer just slightly in front of the other one, just down a little, just for fun. There we go. So that one is deco foil. I have to tell you, the foils from both Midas Touch and deco foil are just outstanding. They really are good. These deco foil tubes, Margie, do you know how much they are?
I will take a look.
Okay. And let's take a look at some colors of deco foil. We really got this covered for you. With the Midas Touch a little bit here. Look at these colors. We've got this one, which is blue and silver together. Oh, it's beautiful. Just beautiful. And this one's called something for sure. Lapis watercolor. We've got this gorgeous lime color. It's called lime. We've got this melon, pink melon rosa. We've got, oh, same thing. We like that one. Denim, and that kind of royal blue. I love this one. I'd have used this one on that card if I'd have seen it in here first. This is called Glass Slipper. How beautiful is that? Oh my gosh. And we've got, this one is copper. We've got gold. We've got amber watercolor, which when you see this out, has shades of yellows, browns, and silvers in it. It's just gorgeous. This one, we have 3 of the melons in here. We like the melon. Silver shattered glass gives you kind of that effect I was getting with that gold that I'm using in my old foil.
And there are more than just these. These were just the
This
quick
is
pull.
iridescent, so it's like Rainbow Mary. Regular silver and black. So
foils are $4.49 for the basic flat color. The ones that have a mixture of colors, ombres, holographic, those are $6.49.
so how much?
$4.49.
$4.49 to $6.49, depending on when we got the inventory. It probably has something to do with it too, and the style of the foil. But yeah, we've tried our roll adhesive now. We've tried our grid adhesive. We've used deco foil. We've used our Midas Touch. We've used my old foil from the dawn of time. Let's go to our next technique. Let's see. We're going to be going to our adhesive foam, I think,
Our
next, aren't we?
deco foils do both hot and cold foiling.
Yes, they do. Deco foil actually advertises themselves to be hot and
Correct.
cold foiling. Well, all of them can be used for the cold foiling. Deco foil makes a point of saying that they are. Oh, hi, Anastasia. Good to see you.
Midas Touch does not specifically state.
I need the adhesive. Oh, you already brought it. Never mind. Okay. This time we're going to use adhesive foam. Now, I got to say, of the adhesive styles, this is my favorite. I love this stuff. This, do we have an example, the other example with foam? Oh yeah,
Yes,
yes,
in your-
it's in the
in the next
tape, but let me see it anyway, please. You can get, yeah, first of all, you get a beautiful coverage. You can see on my flowers here. Secondly, you can, it covers really well. You can cut out detailed items. So we'll talk more about that deer there in a minute, but we're going to use this Tulip Trio die this time. It's from Memory Box size. And my sheet is small enough to just fit through my cutter. So I'm going to just tape this where I want it to go. And it's not going to stick to that because that's the non-stick sheet. So I will, there's my plates. So I will grab my plates and I will actually tape this to my plate to keep it in place while I'm working. So I'm not wasting my beautiful foam. This foam comes 2 sheets to a pack. It's made by Decofoil. Yeah, it's made by Decofoil. And the claim to fame with this one is that this is slightly dimensional too. So you get that extra little bit of dimension in it. This is probably my favorite of the techniques we're going to look at today. So let me just pull this one out. This foam is fairly tough. You see those little tiny stems? Those stems are not breaking when I'm pulling it out of the foam base, which I'm pretty impressed with. So I'm going to move this out of my way. And okay, let's get a piece of paper here. Just a little card. Let's put this on a little card so I'm not wasting it. And I'm going to peel my back layer off here. You can see that as I peel it, I'm not tearing up my flowers, which is impressive. It's tough material. I'm going to position my flowers on my card face. They're sticky, so it takes a second to get them where you want them to be. And the beauty here is, as with most of these, I can actually foil in the colors, in different colors on here. So this time I'm going to use Gemini foils. These little flowers I can actually just tear the backing paper just a little bit. I can actually leave my stems covered up if I want to. I don't have to, but I can. Oh, the Gemini foils are right here. Never mind.
And those are $4.95.
These Gemini foils, now, I'm going to be candid with you again. I like our other foil brands better than I like the Gemini foils. However, the Gemini foils work spectacularly well for these cold foiling techniques. So, my recommendation is, if you see a color that you like, grab it in the Gemini foils. But for hot foiling techniques, I actually prefer the Couture Creations brand. And you can absolutely use up your Gemini foils. Just use them in some of your cold foil techniques. You can use them in your hot foil too. But when we do hot foils on Saturday, you may see a difference. You guys can tell me if you see a difference on Saturday.
There was a question as for which foils did you say you can use with hot or cold? So
virtually, I think we just tried all of the foils that we have in store with cold foiling, and they all work with cold foiling. Now, the hot foiling techniques, I have not done the same process yet where I've tried everything, and I intend to do that before Saturday. I want to try all the brands again, but look how beautiful that is. Now, this is the Gemini foils that I said are not my favorite. in hot foiling, but there is absolutely nothing wrong with that finish for cold foiling. So this is highly recommended for cold foiling. The ones that actually say on the packaging that they want to be for either are the deco foils, and I'm not sure Midas Touch said that.
Midas Touch does not say heat and it on any of its packaging.
Uh-huh.
However, it does say that they have a heat adhesive.
Okay, so Midas Touch does not say on the packaging itself that it's for hot foiling, but since Midas Touch had a heat foiling adhesive, it's for hot foiling too. So I think for the most part, it's almost anything goes.
We can
But
always
I'm
try
going to
the
verify
Midas
that.
on Saturday.
Yeah, I'm going to verify that by just doing it, because I don't like to tell you something I haven't tried. Or if I am going to do that, at least I tell you right in front of you. I haven't tried this before, but let's find out. Look at this pretty piece. I could use this piece right here if I wanted to. In fact, I think I'll keep it. I could take the carrier off of this, put it on a sheet, and have a white deer in like a blue background by using this negative, right? So I think I'll keep that. All right. That is our adhesive foam. I love the adhesive foam. Next, let's talk about stripes.
Oop, is it going to move?
Got it. These are Couture Creations foils that we pulled out because we were just playing. This one goes here. Let me give you some of these, if I might. I'm getting too many things. It takes a lot of supplies to show you everything we're showing you. You would not believe the mess Margie and I have made pulling everything
It's an organized mess.
at one time. Okay.
If you want to do that one again.
I'm not going to do the whole card again. Okay. So this card right here, I made by cutting 1-inch strips of silver and red and then applying silver and red foil to every other stripe. I got a little bit of a rough edge I didn't like very much, so I ran some gold strips between them, and then that cleaned that up. This is the one that I said I went to erase my fingerprints from, and I actually rubbed off some of the foil. So this is my example that it is fragile, that it can be fragile. I also think it turned out beautiful, so I'm pleased with it for the most part. That reindeer was from hot off the press. And all I want to show you this time is...
And this gold and silver was your Couture Creations.
Yes, it was. Those are Couture Creations foils. So I just want to show you that whatever kind of tape you have at your house, you can use that tape with these cold foiling techniques. I'm going to take this card I just made.
But finger lift would not.
Well, finger lift is not going to work well if you're trying to make stripes because you can't see where the adhesive is. Otherwise, you could use finger lift tape. The adhesive would be great. It's just that you wouldn't be able to line up your stripes. Does that make sense? So I'm going to just put a couple of lines on here. I'm used to finger lift tape, so I'm really spoiled in having to actually pick tape that doesn't have an edge on it. And what other questions are people coming up with, or they have comments on anything?
Some of the comments are is that using boxes with project folders, and someone said, "Do you mean Debbie's priority boxes?"
No.
So
Okay. All right. So I just put down a couple of rows of regular tape, just regular old-fashioned tape. And look at the pretty foiling I can get with that. I can make all kinds of interesting designs on my creations simply by adding tape borders to things. One thing I like, I don't know if you can see it as I'm rubbing this on, I can see the images
yes, you can see
popping under it, and that way I know it's adhesing well. Adhesing? I'm getting good adhesion. It might just be a Debbieism I just used, but that's okay. You love me anyway. There we go. So you can get really nice, interesting effects. You can use your thinnest tape, you know, those little, I have one that's super thin here. You can use your thinnest lines. You know, these are all in tapes and adhesives in the store. You can use a little bit wider. I can use my regular finger lift tape. I can use anything. I can create stripes of any kind. I can put those stripes together to create a full background card, or I can just do simple striping techniques. So, and like in that, if you want to do big striping techniques, I used this sticky sticky sheets, and I just cut it in 1-inch stripes to do my red and silver there.
And we picked those because of the grid on the back.
Yeah.
Because it makes it easy to cut your stripes.
It does. Makes it very easy.
Here's your next
Okay. All right. And no, yeah, you gave those to me. Here's one you might not have thought of. I have here my roll of, I'm not sure if these are glue dots or Zots. I'm kind of thinking they might be Zots. But I'm going
Your
to
glue
take
is
them.
coming up in a moment.
What?
Your actual glue is coming
Oh,
up
okay.
in a moment.
Glad you said that. I
And
about
here's
got
your
something in my
example.
best glue there. So I'm just taking my roll of sticky dots, going right over my paper with it. Now I just kind of want a random pattern, so I don't really care where my dots fall. I just kind of want it to be random. Hello, Ashley. Good to see you, friend. And every here and there, I see where one has not come off on the paper, so I'm going to reapply it. I'm just going for a random pattern, so like I said, I don't care. I saw a really neat one done online where they used the extra large glue dots and they made big polka dots on their paper, and that was fun to see. Come on, release. Let's go, I say. Let's go. Yeah. These Jamie papers and the, I think these are all Jamie papers, but these Jamie papers
Yeah.
I made are getting more interesting by the moment when we put all these additional layers on top. I got all of them off of that strip. Let's see what happens. I want to try this white. And this white kind of iridescent one. I want to try that over this Jamie paper with the Zots on it. We'll see what happens. I don't know. It's almost transparent, so we might need a more true white. We might have to get into that. There's
That
a
really cool Midas.
there's a cool Midas Touch one there.
Yeah,
We might have
I
to
like
get that one because it's more white. Oh, but it is pretty and sparkly. See my little sparkles I got, but I'm going to try it again. And this time I want to put the Midas Touch white over it.
This one
Yeah,
with the
yeah. You see, this just picks up really easily because once those dots are on there, those glue dots, it sticks down and moves on. And you can see where all the little dots came off. So you'll take that out of inventory, right?
Yep.
Thank you. Okay, I'm gonna apply these in a little
This
different.
is kind of clear
or-
too. Just
Is it?
kind of a heads up.
Okay, well, we might not have a true white.
As Sharma says, snow. It make great snow with the Zots.
What's that?
Sharma said snow. You can make snow with the Zots. Absolutely.
There we go. Okay, let's see what we get here. The one gave us kind of a sticky, or not a sticky, kind of a shiny. And this one's giving us kind of a little bit more of a rainbow effect. I actually like them both and I like them together. So I'm going to go ahead and put another row down here. I might have to put a die cut snowman or something on this card. Wouldn't that be fun? Oops. My dots stuck to my sheet because I have too many things on my desk. Okay, so let's see if that is going to lift nicely. The glue dots are not releasing from the backing paper very easily. There they go.
Maybe try at an angle.
And put a few more on. Maybe even a few more and a few more. There are a few other techniques I can tell you about. I opted not to do this one today because I only had one tube of the Decofoil paste, but they recommend Decofoil has a product that you apply like you do stencil paste, putting it through a stencil. So I opted not to use that one because I didn't want to show you a product I couldn't offer to you. But there is one tube of that in the store.
I don't have
Right
a snowman
now.
die cut.
What's that?
I do not have a snowman die cut. I
Oh,
do
it's
have the
okay. I don't
Santa.
need to put it on here right now. I just thinking this would be a good candidate for a snowman. And I just want lots of snow. So hopefully we'll be able to see it well. And I think I got quite a bit on there now. A little bit's good, a whole lot's better. What my dad used to say. Unfortunately, he was often saying it when he was cooking. He used to make a holiday ham where he put, I can't remember what form of alcohol he normally used. I believe he used rum, and he mixed rum and brown sugar and pineapple and made a glaze for our ham, which was delicious. But he was out of rum, so he used Jack Daniels, and his philosophy in life is if a little bit's good, a whole lot's better. Even the dog wouldn't eat ham. Because he got a little carried away with the Jack Daniels. We all just kind of took a bite and said it was beautiful looking. That was the thing that was just the worst. It was beautiful looking, but he got a little carried away with the Jack Daniels there. Yeah, if a little bit's good, a whole lot's better. Not necessarily. Ooh, I'm liking this. Here we go. There's our. This is going to be my snowman paper. Looky there. Isn't that going to be gorgeous with a snowman on it? That's going to be fun. Okay. I got that. Let me show you another one I did here. This is another of my Jamie papers, just putting gold on it. But look at these Jamie papers now. When I probably will just put these papers down to a card, and I'll either cut a balloon bouquet or a happy birthday or, a birthday cake or something. It'll be a simple card, but using these beautiful background papers that we've just created here. So I think we're done with that technique. Glue pens would be our next technique.
Oh,
And I know from trying it earlier that the Zig 2-way glue pen can work. I also want to say this can be a little bit temperamental because I got it to work beautifully once, and then my next one came out terribly, terribly smudged. So I'm just going to say I will fully admit that was probably an operator error. But I just feel obligated to say I got mixed results. What do I have I can write on here? I can write on the bottom of this one. And let's just put, in fact, let me scribble on something first. This is a Zig 2-way glue pen. This is when you want to have your foil ready to go because it dries fairly quickly and it likes the foil better when it's wet. So I'm going to have my foil out and ready to go, and I'm just going to put Debbie here. You squeeze it a little bit, get a little adhesive going. I've got my name down on there. I'm going to go ahead and put this on while it's wet. Should be able, I did not try a Nouveau. My Nouveau pen upstairs was out. I think I just smudged this.
I wonder.
Well, see, I just smudged it. That's exactly what I mean when I say I got great results one time, smudged results the next. But I would rather make a mistake in front of you and say that the results are mixed.
Why don't we wait and see if it dries? Let it dry, because that might be the reason why it's smudging, is because you're laying it down.
But when I didn't lay it down, with
the Zig.
With the Zig, it wasn't picking up the foil at all when it was dry. So let me see if I can get one here. Okay, there I got one that's not bad. My Noel. So mixed results, but it is an option. and you might have better results than me. It just wants just the right amount. And if you get too much, this is all sticky now, so I'm actually going to chop that off and get rid of the sticky part. Okay, so we've done glue pens. Let's try best glue ever. This one should, I'm pretty certain this should work well, but I've been wrong before. I want red. Let's do a red Noel. I've already put it down and I've let it dry. Do you want to check that out? And maybe he'll get it. Whoever's there is still there.
Okay. Just so that you know if I'm going to walk away, here's your stencil with your
I'm sorry,
background.
guys. I don't mean to be rude. I just have somebody knocking at my front door, or ringing the bell and ringing the bell. Mystery. Oh, it's two people out there.
I'll go take a look. Just
Yeah.
So here's your stencil. Metal
Live.
stencils, regular stencils. your
They're no
boxes.
longer there. They're walking away. Look out this way and see if you can help them. They might be locals that don't know we're not open. Okay, sorry. Bryce usually gets it if anybody comes to the door, but he may be gone to the post office or the grocery store or something. Okay, the best glue ever should work. Right now it's not letting me have my foil back. Come on. Just rub that foil down really good on there. I know this is dry because I left it drying for quite a while. It really sticks to the foil backer. Doesn't want to let the paper go. This is my first try at the best glue ever, so we'll find out how it's going to work. That part of the lettering looks good. It just didn't want to release. So let's see if it'll pick up more foil this time. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Now this is looking better. Now this I did with my best glue ever. This is going to look good. There we go. This one I did just using my best glue ever with a fine tip on the nozzle. See if I can get you back here so I can see if you guys have any questions about anything we're doing since I just sent Margie away. Okay, oh glitter. All right. We'll foam with the, oh, we'll mail foam with the address labels. Okay. All right, just checking your die cutting. Okay. All right, so there's best glue ever. It does work. Okay, let's see what else we have on my list. Oh, this is another of my favorites. I'm excited. Okay, next, I'm going to move all these out of the way. This adhesive that I am using is Dritz spray adhesive. Did you catch them?
LDS.
Oh, okay. Dritz spray adhesive, and it is, I don't sell it. I don't sell any aerosols at all because this is a residential address and it's against the fire code for me to have aerosols in inventory or anything that's highly flammable. So I just don't sell them. But I'll tell you, I got this at Joann's. It was $19.99. I got it on a 40% off coupon, so I spent like $11 something for it. And I'm going to grab one of my pretty stencils here. I'm going to use this one we've used before with some of our Jamie products. Sure, thank you.
Will that one fit?
Sure, I need a little longer. You were right the first time.
Nope, these are cards. All
I
right,
think I
let's
have
try
some
again.
black back here.
I think you've got some.
Give me one of
Yeah.
those and give me some black. I'm going to change. I'm going to save this one for the black. And I'm going to put this down in my little spray box here. I'm going to get one of my stencils and put over the top. And I'm just going to spray this adhesive. One thing I gotta say for these guys is this adhesive has no smell, which is a beautiful thing. I'm just gonna spray my adhesive right over my stencil. I'm going to peel off my stencil. I'm going to immediately take my cardstock, lay it down, and add some foil to it. I've got sticky stuff on my desk. Okay.
I'm getting rid of all the sticky.
I want that one back
I
though,
know you
because I'm
do.
going to use that for the black.
I know.
Okay. This, when you use the spray adhesive, you're going to get a little bit of a shabby chic kind of a look to things, which is actually really cool. You get a really cool effect. I'm just going to hit this one more time, make sure I've got all of the sticky parts covered. When I finished with the spray adhesive, I noticed that nothing had a sticky residue on it. Looky here. How beautiful is that going to be? I even like the outside of the cardstock where the overspray was. Isn't that pretty? That's using a stencil and spray adhesive. Let's do another one. I want to do this one. I want to try it on black. I've never tried this before. We know what happens when I do this. Sometimes it's a glorious success and sometimes it's a dismal failure. We never know what we're going to get, but you know, we have fun trying. Just hold the spray adhesive about 12 inches and give it a good shot. I'm going to list my stencil off. We'll be using the Best Glue Ever remover to clean up my stencils, or any the, like, what are some of those other ones, the Aleene's sticky remover, or
I think the Stay-A-Zon would do it, or
Stay-A-Zon.
Glue-Be-Gone.
Glue Be Gone would probably get rid of it. As long as I already have this sheet here and just kind of really crazy, I'm going to just lay this right down here. And I'm just going to use up this piece of foil. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh, I love it when a plan comes together. Yes, I sure do.
You also have negatives. Look at that. You've got a negative from lifting up in your overspray.
Oh, yeah. That's funny. But then that would be sticky underneath, so I'd probably want to go over it anyway. Oh my gosh, this is pretty. I'm going to just use this foil up, guys. I mean, you know you're getting a good use on your foil when it looks like that. Oh my gosh. I'm so excited.
But you could use maybe a different color in your negative.
True.
Instead of gold.
But at this point, this is only going to be effective while the spray-on glue is wet. So there comes a point it's just diminishing returns to keep rubbing it down because there's nothing sticky left because the spray adhesive dries and then it doesn't dry sticky, although I can still hear it pulling just a little bit. So I'm gonna, oh my gosh. Look at that.
Is your stencil still on it?
No,
It's not?
no.
Oh, I have it in my hand.
Yes. How gorgeous is that, my friends? How absolutely beautiful is that? Oh my gosh. A stencil with spray adhesive. Beautiful on black card. I did not try that before. I'm so excited with that result. My goodness. My goodness. Wowzer. Oh my gosh, I love that. So here's one I did earlier that just kind of on white with a shabby chic, but look at the black compared to the white. Come on. That black is so dramatic and beautiful. Here's a Merry Christmas I did. Again, you get kind of a shabby chic kind of look with the stencil and spray adhesive. Here's one I did silver on my white, and I love the way this looks. So there we go. Oh, I wanted to try. I did not try this before either. So we're going to learn something else. Let's do this on black too. Let's do this on, oh, look at you.
Mm-hmm.
You saw that coming, didn't you? Margie went and got a tag. She saw it coming that I was going to have the need, the sheer need. I think we can move on to another piece instead of trying to use that because I'm not sure I can get the little bits that are left on that fast enough. Now, this was a store item, Margie. I'm not sure I can get the little bits that are left on there fast enough to make the spray adhesive, get it while it's wet, you know. So how many of us have 50,000 of these sitting around in our house? I have so many. In fact, I wanted to show you. I still have, you guys, some of you guys have these too. I don't even know, probably 30 of these. And all you do is just open that folder and pop them loose. You can use these just like any other brass stencil. Or I have this. Gorgeous. So let's try this. I want to do this little pumpkin. And I'm going to do that. I'm going to get my foil out first. I'm going to use gold again. I seem to be overusing gold, but I'm going to use gold again because I think the gold would be really elegant on the black for a pumpkin. I'm going to cut myself a little piece of adhesive. My scissors are now sticky.
People really like that last one that you showed.
Oh, that's because it's amazing.
It's beautiful.
It's amazing. It's beautiful. Wow. Do we have any more of these tags?
Yeah.
I could do a pretty flower in a
In
different
black.
color on the black. I don't care, actually. Whatever you want.
I grabbed the tag quickly, so I might not be able to find the secondary, but I can try.
What did I do with the spray adhesive? She stole it. She stole it, guys. Okay, here we go.
I'm trying to keep it cleaned up.
It's a losing battle with me, Margie. Okay, I got my tag. Woohoo! Got my metal stencil. Bringing it out. You can see I got plenty of adhesive. I'm going to remove my stencil. Ooh. I'm coming right in with my foil. This is a textured card, so this should be really interesting. Ooh, baby. Okay. Might not have as much adhesive there at the top. Wowzer. How's that one? Spray adhesive and foil right through a stencil. And this one's through a brass stencil. Yowzer, that's beautiful. Now you won't have much of it with the spray adhesive because it tends to dry and then it's not sticky anymore. But on some of these techniques, you're going to find you got a little bit of sticky residue left.
Like the deer.
And
The deer ones had it before.
You-
so maybe again.
we'll want to have your powder bag handy. And you will want to deactivate any remaining sticky.
I think with these stencils, if you don't have the spray, our Nuvo big marker pen, the Nuvo adhesive pen, will work really nice to your stickum, and then you don't have to move quickly either because it dries tacky.
That's a thought. Can you guys hear Margie there? Okay, I'm going to use one more brass stencil here because I'm just loving our results, and you know I like to play when things are turning out beautiful. I'm going to get my stencil out. This time I'm using a craft color tag. I'm going to, what color do I want to use? I'm probably going to use a solid color simply because of the fact that the spray adhesive dries and I want to get it while it's still wet. So maybe red. Let's use red on craft. That'll be pretty. And let's get that spray adhesive going here again. Peel my stencil off. Peel my tag up. Grab my red foil. And let's see how this looks. Ooh. Now this is a Gemini foil. I don't think it will take very much this time. Oops. There's my red tag on craft. So that was really fun. I probably should move on. I could do this all day because this is fun. Because you know me, I can be silly and just keep going and going and going because I like to. All right, let's see what I've got left. I'm down to the end of my list just about. Okay, foiling with stencils. Now let's foil with a stamp. I have for use here, I'm going to use, I'm going to create a sticky mess is what I'm going to do. But it will be a fun sticky mess, therefore it's a good thing, right? You missed the red one? Here you go. I didn't get my stencil quite straight on my tag. That would have been better if I had, but you know. This looks almost like glitter, doesn't it? Because this cardstock is textured, so it kind of picks it up and looks like glitter, which is actually a really interesting and neat effect. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to get this package open someday. I was sitting here fooling around with it, and then I kind of lost track of what I was doing. And just handling the package this way, and that finally realized I was trying to open it. This stamp is by Stamps by Chloe. We have this in the store. This is actually a really cool stamp, and I'll tell you what I want to try. I'm not going to do it right this minute. There's 2 of these stamps. One of them is way more concentrated in the heart pattern than the other. I want to stamp this in red.
It's clean now.
Is it clean now? Let's do it, shall we? Let's do it, because that'll be fun. Oh, okay. Let's do it. Okay, I'm going to stamp this stamp right here using red. Rather than tell you about it, let's just do it, huh? Let's do it. Wow, it's really stuck to the acrylic. Holy Toledo. Always feels like you're going to tear them. I've never managed to tear one, but this could be a first. Holy cow.
Now it's still,
A little tacky.
it's because of the cleaner that I put on it already. There may be, but I've wiped it pretty heavy duty, so
Okay.
I think it should work.
We'll find out. Wow. This is crazy. Always feels like you're going to tear it, but I've never had one do it yet. Like you said, this could be the first. Wowzer. That's nuts.
How to get a workout. Craft.
No kidding. I should be getting Weight Watchers exercise points for this. That's every bit as effective as my elastic bands. Okay. I got a card here. Let me see if this card's right size, too big.
Right.
That's just right, isn't it? Okay, but I got to put the hearts the right side up. Okay, I'm going to stamp this one with red. Get my inks out here. Get myself a pretty red one. I think that's regular red. The labels are a little deceptive on these eyes inks, but that looks like red. I could use pink. Let's use this bright pink instead. I'm going to stamp it up. I don't know if I said hi to Roberta. I think you came in later.
Yes.
Hello, Roberta. Anybody else I didn't say hi to? Hi.
There are a few.
Hello. I would be more on top of this perhaps if my on-screen chat was working, but with my old eyes and a computer screen that's a ways from me.
Up and down and back and forth. Somebody said, hello, hold on, Debbie. And Mary said sound. So let's see.
There's our sound gone. Can you guys hear me? would grab my wrist saver from.
It must be because Roberta responded to you.
Okay, good. All right. Ooh, that's
Oh.
pretty.
Gemma turned off Mary's.
Oh, okay. There's my pink. I love that. Except it looks like there's a little area we didn't get. So I'm going to come back in here again. Maybe a little stretched right there from all the tugging I was doing on the stamp. Everything else looks okay. I'll come back in and hit this area right here. Just a
Say
little.
good night to Mary.
Good night, Mary.
Gemma out.
Okay, I'll give this to Margie. And I'm going to put my other one on. I've been wanting to try this, so here we go. This is exactly what I had in mind, too. So there's 2 different stamps in this set, and I'm going to get my my dauber here. I'm going to make a little pool of glue on something I don't mind messing up.
That one
I
or
just need a little junk piece of cardstock or a label or about anything.
how about some of those?
Oh, that might work. Yeah. I'm going to
That's
put a
fast.
little.
If you need something more, I can grab it.
I'm going to put a little of my best glue ever just in a pool here. I'm trying not to get too carried away. Last time I kind of wasted. Oh, because I got a little carried away, which I probably just did again. And some of my best glue ever there. Let's bring this into view a little bit. Okay, so I got my pool of best glue ever. This is the dauber I used last time, so I will continue to mess up the same one. I'm going to just apply this now using a dauber, a makeup sponge, something like that, right on top of my little hearts here. You don't have to rush this process too much because we all know that the best glue ever takes a while to dry. I did find, though, that with it coming on from a stamp, that it dried really fast. So we'll see if that holds true. I just want to make sure I have everything with a little adhesive on it. I'm going to put my magnets on here in an effort to hold this down. Oh, one of my magnets is gone again. It's probably on the bottom of my paper cutter again. And I'm not even going to worry about it. I'm going to close my cover. I will just peel it away. I will peel that away from my stamp. I will give this to Margie. I'm not going to close it. I had my thumb between it.
I appreciate
I'm
that.
going to get some gold foil here. And I'm going to come right on top of that stamped image. I hope you guys are enjoying this. We spent a lot of time getting ready for this one, so I hope it's enjoyable for you. I'm kind of brayering a little bit more on this one than I do sometimes. Get a I can see it coming through in some spaces. and others not so much. See how it turns out. I have not ever done this before. I didn't get as much. If I hadn't already sent my stamp back with Margie, I'd do it again. But that's okay. We'll still get an idea. Because we know we could restamp it. We had a position, right? But nonetheless, I actually still think it's pretty. Our foiling kind of did a shabby chic thing, but I do like what do you guys think? I like the gold hearts and the pink hearts together. This might be another one to try again with a hot foiling technique I have in mind. So we may try this again, but this it's a little light up here, but I think on the whole it actually was somewhat successful.
I think that I pulled out some other ones because any layering stamp,
Yeah,
any of your layering stamps that we've done in the past
that's
it
true.
won't look the same because this is more concentrated, but any of your layers you can put like the veining in gold.
That's a
in
great
the
idea, Margie.
poinsettia or
Margie was suggesting that some of these ones we did in stamp class. Now this is not done with foiling, obviously, but any of these ones we did in stamp class where we had a background color and then we laid another color over the top could be done with foil for the second layer. That's a great idea, Margie. I like that. Okay, so we tried an experiment with that stamping with foil. Let's see where we are in our list. We have one left to go, and that's Crafter's Companion. Do you have those for me, Margie? Crafter's Companion. Okay. My desk looks so clear here, you would not believe what the rest of it looks like. Okay. Crafter's Companion has these foiling transfers. They've been around since the earth was cooling. And they get very mixed reviews, but I think they get mixed reviews because people aren't using them properly. Once again, I've had 2 or 3 of these packs returned from Amazon because people just say they just don't work. But they're saying they just don't work
It's the red one.
because they're not putting it on right.
It's the red one that you had
Oh.
opened.
This one has an M2.
Yeah.
So, unless you don't want me
No,
to be in there.
that's fine.
Okay.
Totally open it.
Okay. All right. So, I'm going to choose a transfer. Oh, there's some really pretty ones here. Where's that deer? The 2 deer walking.
It will be down.
Yeah.
That one. That's where you need the embossing.
Okay.
Hello.
I'm going to do this one. Look at that. I'm putting that in the moon. Okay. We'll have to decide what color foil it wants to be. Maybe that blue. So you choose the one you want to use. Okay. These Crafter's Companion foiling kits come with a little rubbing stick in them. Now, there is a backing sheet on here. You have to peel the layers. There it is. It's a really fine backing sheet. See, that just almost like cello wrap or something. It's very fine. And that's what people on Amazon were not doing, is taking that off. Then you position your rub-on wherever you want it to go. We're putting ours in the moon. That's going to be so cool. Sorry. Oh,
Annette wants to know if you can use VersaFine ink.
yes. We are going to, you can with foiling techniques, with hot foils. That's actually one of the things we are going to do when we look at hot foiling. Don't know if we're going to do that with toner, the embossing powder with toner, or probably with toner, because it uses the laminator. But I know that one of the techniques you can do, you want to rub this briskly everywhere. It's like a rub-on, We're rubbing on the adhesive is basically what we're doing here, guys. So you want to rub this briskly everywhere. You do not have to rub it till you see it transferring through. I did that wrong the first time I looked at it, which was pretty goofy. And I can check it to see if it appears that everything transferred nicely. And I actually see one place it didn't transfer as well, but I think it'll still be okay. I'm going to grab this blue foil here. Oh my gosh, that's pretty. The kit comes with several nice pieces of foil. It's got quite a few of these little rub-on transfers, and these are not expensive.
I can look it up.
I think I actually marked ours down.
Betty said that she's used it before and they worked fine. I
Yeah.
have liked them when I've done them. I haven't used them as frequently as I probably should.
I'm going to take my stick and I'm going to go over the top just to make sure that everything is transferring onto that foil nicely and getting it everywhere. And let's see what we get. A little tiny break in my seat, but it's nothing that I would worry about. Merry Christmas, everyone. Is that beautiful? What do you guys think? We could put another. Let's see what else we got.
The bigger the Victorian vintage that's in there, it's $5.95.
$5.95 for the Victorian.
And the Christmas ones are also $5.95.
Christmas ones are $5.95. We have quite a few different styles, don't we?
Yeah.
So the lesser price ones are.
They're both the narrower ones
Oh,
that
okay.
are Christmas are the same price as the bigger ones.
Oh, really? That's
Mhm.
interesting. Okay, I'm going to let you put these back. Instruction sheet. Here's one I did earlier when I was practicing. I'll probably cut that off and move it to one of my cards. I don't know if we had any all occasion out.
Just the
That's
Victorian
fine.
is open, but or maybe it's the tea. I think the tea. I have the tea and the Victorian, and then we've got the doggy one.
The dog one, yeah, that's fun. I don't want to use up all yours, so I think I'll stop there because we do have two beautiful examples. So let's stop there. I'm going to give you that to put back in there, though, so I don't smush it all up. Okay, let's talk about what we've covered today and what kind of questions. Okay.
Really quick. There are some which are by the Sarah Davies signature Flutterby, and those run $8.95.
Okay. So we have more choices, Sarah's signature ones. So here's Crafter's Companion. This is one of the seasonal ones. Here's one that's called Victorian Vintage. That's gorgeous. This one has more all occasion things to it. Here's one especially for you. This is dog related. You know why I would buy that. And here's another one called Time for Tea. I know why Margie would buy that. Okay, so I'm going to pass these on to Margie. Let's talk about what we've done here today. My goodness, we've done a lot.
Just because I just want to make sure that
Oh.
we kind of discuss these
Yes.
just a little bit because you asked me to read.
Thank you. Yes, we have a number of stencils. I mean, we have tons of stencils, as you know. We have some specifically by Decofoil in the store. This one's kind of fun because you can put all different kinds of birthday greetings. You can either use these with the transfer paste, which we talked about but didn't use because I only had one jar of it. It just didn't seem right to use it up, showing you and not have one. So there is a transfer paste. It's a gel. Basically, you use it like you do some of the other pastes, and you just put it on with a applicator tool, and you let it dry. It dries sticky, and you put it on. So it's not really unlike using best glue ever through the stencil. It's just that you are applying it with a spatula instead. So we have this one from iCraft, also known as Decofoil. We have this one. We actually have several different Decofoil designs and lots of other stencils that can be used for these techniques.
A lot
Okay.
of the Decofoil ones are backgrounds.
Yeah. Okay, so we started out our time together using double stick stickers. We moved on and we did die cutting our own adhesive sheets. We tried several different adhesives, all with great results. We designed our own stickers using adhesive foam and die cuts. We learned that we can use tape to create artistic designs. I don't know what I did with that one. It must just be still here, under here somewhere. There it is. There's the tape. We can use tape to do our own designs, whether that's all over designs or whether that's just little spacer designs. We learned that we can use glue dots, and we can foil over the top of those. Where's our pretty? Oh, there it is. Here's our snowy design and our gold designs. Remember that the bigger glue dots will make great polka dots. And if you just roll them right off the roll, you'll you don't want to peel them and try and reposition them. You want to roll them right off the roll when you use glue dots, whether they're glue dots or Zots or we worked a little with glue pens, and we concluded that glue pens are really kind of on again, off again. But we also learned that we can use the best glue ever, let it dry thoroughly, and we got a good result from that. We did foiling with stencils and had this spectacular result. Wowzer, look at this design. This is what Margie was talking about earlier, where I had already lifted the foil using here and then put that down again. We got this amazing pattern around the outside there too. That's beautiful. So we did some foiling over stencils with great results. These were fun. Sometimes you get a little bit of a shabby chic look, as we did with this one, probably because the openings in the stencil were so narrow. but you can get kind of a shabby chic, even doing an all over design, which I don't mind at all. It's beautiful. And we did the Crafter's Companion rub-ons here, and back to our original. Well, I'm really excited about this piece for just a demo piece. I'm making a card out of this as soon as we're off the air. And then we also got this one, this red one, off of the Crafter's Companion rub-on foiling. What kind of questions do you guys have for me? Now you remember, oh, we also did stamping. We did stamp and foil. And here was our best glue ever. You'll have better handwriting than I have, so that will probably turn out even better for you. I'm going to pull my computer up here so I can see what kinds of questions you guys have that we might not have touched on. What kind of questions do you guys have for me at this point? Hi, Anastasia and Irene and Glenda. Hi, Glenda. Good to see everybody. Okay, what kind of questions do you guys have for me? Are these in your shop? I have all this good stuff in my shop. Yes, I do. If you're not already signed up for a newsletter, sign up for a newsletter and I'll go through and link you to some of these products that we used. Does it have to be a foiling die or any die? All I was using was regular dies today, Laura. I was not using a foiling die at all. We'll use foiling dies on Saturday when we use the machine. My only problem is overfoiling with my machine. Well, let's look at it. Let's look at it on Saturday since we'll be doing machine foiling there. You can describe it a little bit more and we'll see if we can solve that problem. Anybody else? What happens on Saturday? Anastasia says. That's what we're going to do. We are on Saturday, Anastasia. We are going to do a segment on foiling using the Gemini or the Couture Creations foiling machines. These are some of the cards I have made in the past using the foiling machines. So we'll look at how we can use that machine in a variety of different ways. Hot foil die with cold foil is what I meant. There's hot foil dies which actually do a cutting image and they have a hot foil surface, or there's hot foil plates. Now I did hear, and I have not tried this, but I did hear before that you could use your hot foil plate like a stamp. You put like your best glue ever with a dauber on top and then put it face down on your paper and actually stamp with it. I have not tried that. I have not tried that one. But Saturday, we're going to look at all things hot foil. And I have a number of different things that I've done over time that I have done in hot foils that are wonderful. And I have some new techniques I cannot wait to try. All of these cards have been done with hot foiling. So many different choices. Oh my gosh. And hot foiling is wonderful. Now on Thursday, we are going to do our third segment, and Margie and I are going to bring you a whole bunch of techniques for use with toner foiling. Now, this is a regular die I have used. Do I have one here? Yes. I don't think we can get to it, though. Can you get to that poinsettia that's on the bulletin board? Margie, I don't know if you can or not. I don't want
I
you to
can.
break your neck.
Nope, I can. I might move the TV a little bit.
But here's foiling done on a little book page. This is a regular cutting die
You can show.
by Spellbinders. Thank you. Margie sent him airmail. This is a regular cutting die by Spellbinders, and I foiled on it using my hot foil machine. I'll have to remind myself how to do that before we meet on Saturday, because you guys are probably going to ask me about that. You can foil on chipboard. This is the outside packaging from a piece of chipboard that I had that I created this window from. There's just all kinds of marvelous things you can do. Oh, here are some pieces of that Spellbinder poinsettia that I have foiled on using my hot foil. So lots and lots of fun things that will be coming up on Saturday, where I have used the hot foil machines in a variety of ways. So we will be looking at that. And then on next Thursday, we'll be doing all things toner techniques. We will be talking about how to use the We Are Memory Keepers quill foiling tool. We will be talking about stamping with embossing powder and using that with foil and a laminator. There's so many good things that we're going to talk about. So
We
does-
may have to wait and do the foil quilling on its own separate, because that takes a setup for Cricut that
Yeah.
would take a little bit more.
Okay.
We can't
Margie
promise
says
that
we
one
may
yet.
or may not be doing the Cricut on Thursday, which is fine.
can
We
try.
have lots to
We
do.
can absolutely try.
We have a lot of things to do on Thursday anyway. So anyway, we're just going to try and answer all questions foiling. I'm frozen on screen. Can you guys still hear me? My screen is completely frozen to them. I don't know how long it's been frozen. Our class on Saturday is going to be at 2 p.m.
Yep, it's working.
Okay. Is your screen frozen over there? Mine's totally frozen. The class on Saturday is at 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern
No,
time.
you're frozen.
I'm frozen? Yeah. Okay. Well, we're about done anyway. So we will see you then. If you haven't hit that thumbs up yet, hit that thumbs up for me, would you please? It makes me feel good, and it lets YouTube know that they can trust recommending us. And if you're not already a subscriber, hit that subscribe button. I'm going to put a link to our newsletter out there in the comments right under this video as soon as we get off the air. And if you're not a newsletter subscriber, sign up and I'll send you links to all the products we talked about today. Okay? I think that's it. Since you guys can't see me doing anything, I won't show you previews of coming classes. We'll just say good night, Gracie.